We're going to be checking out the FiFine Amplitank Tank 3 podcast microphone. This Tank 3 podcast microphone is one of FiFine's more premium and pro-level microphones in their microphone class. However, it really doesn't break the bank in comparison to some of the microphones it's competing against, such as the Shure MV7 and the Rode PodMic, in terms of its features and price. I'm going to be covering everything from the build quality to the sound performance, and even comparing it to my old FiFine mic, which I currently use, which is the FiFine K669B, which I've been using for over 3 years, and I found it a great USB mic. We can see immediately when we look at the outside of the box, we got a little outline of what the microphone looks like. And you can see down here Tank 3 microphone, and it's podcast one, and it's part of FiFine's Amplitank series of microphones. And you can see right away on the box we have XLR and USB support, which is really nice. Alright, opening up the lid here, and right in here we can see the microphone itself, as well as an included USB-C cable for plugging it into your computer. Alright, first impressions of the Amplitank Tank 3 microphone is that this thing is heavy. This is a full metal design, other than a few little plastic parts of it like this screw here, but I'm very impressed with the overall feel of this mic. It's very quality and really hefty and durable feeling. As well as the buttons and dials here also feel pretty solid, especially the dials. They have a nice smooth rotation to them. So you can see here, because this is a dynamic microphone, it's designed to be spoken into this end, and this is really nice because unlike a lot of other microphones like condenser microphones, this really isolates it to just what's coming out right here and doesn't pick up too much external sound that comes in from the sides. But just looking at some of the buttons here, this first button we have here is for the microphone itself to mute it. So when we click that, we have the ability to switch between muted and unmuted, and it does that by showing you if it's red or green to indicate its status. Then over here on the side, we have our microphone volume control as well as the headphone volume control, because not only can you adjust the microphone volume that goes to your computer, you also can adjust the volume of the headphones, which you can plug in at the bottom. So if you're recording a podcast or a situation where you want to hear what the microphone's hearing, just to make sure there's no abnormalities going on or the microphone's too loud, you have the ability to plug your headphones directly into the mic to kind of hear what's exactly going through the mic's audio. And then also we can see at the bottom here, we have a USB Type-C, which is the USB option for this mic, which I'm going to be checking out. But as I was saying, if you're more professional and have the audio gear for a full-on audio interface, you can plug an XLR cord in here and plug it right in for phantom power, and you're going to really unlock the true audio quality of this mic. But it's really sweet that it's really great for beginners as well, as if you don't have the equipment, you can use USB and still have a pretty great experience. And it looks like this actually has something pretty cool. So it has two different threads in here. It has a larger thread, which will work with some types of microphone stands, but if you look inside, it also has a smaller thread in the back in case the stand you're using doesn't support it. We can see the USB-C cord that's included with it. It has a USB-A on one side and a USB-C cord on the other side, and because it's USB-C, you can really use it with any USB-C cord and you'll have a pretty good experience. Alright guys, after testing out the Amplitank Tank 3 for the past few weeks, I definitely have a lot of opinions on what I think about this mic. First off, just talking about the overall build quality, I talked about it when I first unboxed it, but I can still say that for the price, this has some awesome build quality. Now this is definitely a lot cheaper than a lot of the mics that it looks like it's competing around in the more professional level, and this has the same great build quality, and it has an all metal design that feels really premium for the price. These dials on the side also move smoothly, and I never had any problems with them. One thing I did notice though is this bracket over here. I had to remove it, but when I screwed it back on, it seems to get a little bit loose over time, so I do have to tighten it up every once in a while. It's not too much of a concern, but it's just something to keep in mind in case your mic keeps falling and you might need to tighten this. In terms of mounting, my mount uses the smaller bit, but I had no problem with screwing this on, and it worked great with my mic stand. I'd also like to mention that this mic does have a hard mounted design, meaning the mic is just strictly attached to this arm. So for example, if I maybe hit the mic stand or I hit the table around it, or even if I was holding it, I found I was getting a little bit of feedback through the recording. You can avoid that by using a shock mount, which usually comes with a lot of mic stands like mine. It might be fine if you're just recording podcast and you're really careful about not hitting the mic stand, but I would recommend to use a quality shock mount, which will prevent any of those sounds of you hitting it from reverberating into the mic, which can cause a little bit of feedback through it. So you can see this shock mount that came with my low profile mic stand, and these arms on it prevent any type of vibrations from coming in contact with the mic and just really preventing any of that feedback. In terms of the overall mic quality, I used the USB option because I don't currently own an XLR interface, and I found it worked pretty good. It was really easy to use really any USB cord if I wanted to, and I didn't have to use the included one, and I could easily just plug it into my computer or any device that I was using with it. Now, this is a dynamic microphone, which I found works really great. Condenser, it picks up a lot more of the general environment around you, while a dynamic microphone, you do need to be closer to it than a condenser, but it basically means that a lot less sound around you will be picked up. So it's really nice if you're in an environment that's a little bit louder or has certain sounds in the room, such as an air conditioner. But as a result of this, the pickup pattern is a lot less. You will need to be closer to the mic, right at this front area. Alright, now we're just going to do a quick test between my current mic and this new FiFine AmpleTank Tank 3. This is a test of the FiFine K669B. This is a condenser microphone in a pretty echoey environment, so let me know how you guys think it sounds, since it has a much larger sound area where it picks up sound. This is a test of the FiFine AmpleTank Tank 3 microphone in an untreated and pretty echoey environment. Let me know how you guys think this sounds. Now, when just talking about the overall audio quality, it definitely was a little bit of a step up from my current FiFine microphone, which I use right now. Now, it does sound a little bit flat out of the box, but you can EQ it to the taste that sounds better for you. So what I mean by that is there's really no highs or lows. It's really all neutral, which is good as a bass, and it is a more professional mic, so it is designed for you to EQ it to the sound that sounds best for your environment, such as a podcast or gaming video. And you can really hear the difference in the pickup patterns of these mics. And professionals will definitely appreciate the XLR interface, which I didn't test out in this video, I just used the USB-C, but really it's awesome that with XLR, you can really unlock the true audio quality out of this mic. But it's really awesome that FiFine offered both the plug and play and XLR versions, which isn't really an industry norm in a single product. And yeah guys, that is my review of the FiFine AmpleTank Tank 3 podcast microphone. This microphone exceeded my expectations with the value you're getting, with its audio quality, its features, and the overall durability and feel of the mic. And I think if you're getting into content creation or anything, I think this is a great mic for you, and allows you to start with USB, and if you ever upgrade, it already has XLR, which is an awesome option. Thanks to FiFine for sending this over, and thank you for watching.